Let us look at proposition number 35 of book 9 of Euclid's Elements. The proposition says, if as many numbers as we please are in continued proportion and there is subtracted from the second and the last numbers equal to the first, then the excess of the second is to the first as the excess of the last is to the sum of all the numbers before it. Okay, so let's see what all this means. We are given A, B, C, D, E, F in continued proportion. The proportion says to subtract A from BC. So let's subtract A from BC. Next, subtract A from EF. So let's subtract. So we get HF. Make FK is equal to BC. So FK is equal to BC. Make FL equal to D. So FL equal to D. Now if you notice, FK is equal to BC. FH is equal to BG, which implies that HK is equal to GC. HK is equal to GC. Remember, FK is equal to BC. The entire thing. FH is equal to BG. That means the remainders will also be equal, which is what HK and GC are. EF is to D. EF is to D is equal to D is to BC is equal to BC is to A. So basically, because these numbers are in continued proportion, their ratios will be same. The only thing is, instead of starting from A, we are writing it from the last number backwards. EF is to FL. Why? Because FL is equal to D. So instead of D, we write FL is equal to FL is to FK, because BC is equal to FK is equal to FK is to FH. Why? Because again, BC is FK and A is FH. Taken separately, if we take them separately, what do we have? We have EL is to FL. EL is to FL is equal to LK is to KF is equal to KH is to HF. We know one of the propositions. Yes, the ratio of the of one of the antecedents to the consequent will be equal to the sum of the antecedents to the sum of the consequents. So KH is to HF, KH is to HF is equal to the sum of all these. EL plus LK plus KH is to FL plus KF plus HF. KH is what? Is GC, is to HF is what? A. So GC is to A is equal to EL plus LK plus KH is what? EH. So EH is to FL is D, FL is D, KF is BC and HF is A. So EH is to D plus BC plus A, which is what we had to prove. Remember what the proposition is saying? If we have as many numbers as we please in continued proportion and there is subtracted from the second and the last numbers equal to the first, then the excess of the second is to the first as the excess of the last is to the sum of all those before it. Excess means what? Remember, from BC we subtracted A, so the excess was GC. So GC is to A is equal to excess of the last is to the sum of all those before it. Excess of the last. Remember, we subtracted F equal to A from EF. So the excess was EH. EH is to the sum of all the numbers before it. So that means D plus BC plus A. Can't resist it. Let me rewrite this in modern notation. If you remember, GC is to A can be written as a ratio in this form. GC by A is equal to EH by D plus BC plus A. And if we just move it around, we get A plus BC plus D is equal to A times EH by GC. What is this? This is the sum of all the previous numbers in a continued proportion. Or in other words, if in the continued proportion we have n numbers, then we can find the sum of n minus 1 numbers by taking the first, multiplying it with the last number minus the first number divided by GC. That is the second number minus the first number, which means we can take one more step. A plus BC plus D is equal to A times EH is EF minus HF, but HF is A. So EF minus A, and GC. GC is BC minus BG, which is A. So BC minus A. So this is proposition number 35 of book 9 of Euclid's Elements. Again, let me remind you, there is a link to a PDF book which describes all these propositions in detail. Please feel free to download it, refer to it, and if you think somebody else can also benefit from it, please do share. That's it for now.